I'm Chris Schneider. Welcome to Lake TV's Classic Game of the Week. We go back to the 2016 playoffs for this great showdown. It happened on October 28th with longtime rivals Osage and Eldon going at it with everything on the line. Osage was having a great season going into this one with a 9-1 record. Eldon was 6-4 and coming off a first-round playoff win. The Mustangs had lost to this Osage team 32-6 earlier in the season, but a little spoiler alert, they were not about to get blown out again. This would turn out to be a barn burner. We hope you enjoy our Lake TV Classic Game of the Week from October 28th, 2016, a second-round playoff showdown between Eldon and Osage.
Nick Riley on the return for the Indians. Tackle made by Dawson Brandt. Osage will take over.
So Dawson Brandt with a special teams tackle. And the return by Nick Riley. He has it up to the 30-yard line, and that's where the Osage Indians start on offense. Gonna be interesting to see what Osage does. Obviously much success through the air and on the ground. They're so balanced. First down give. Just a couple as Nick Riley takes the carry. Mergelkamp with the stop.
Second down and 8.
So second down and 8 now. Out of the shotgun now is Wheeler. Quick hitter. He's got Edwards, and he is going to be corralled down by a slew of Mustangs over on the far sideline. That's going to bring up our first third down of the game. Edwards coming in, just having a sensational senior campaign. We touched on it, 8 touchdown catches coming into tonight's ball game. 2 pick sixes. He's just about done it all. So on 3rd and 2 now, and the flat, and he's got Edwards. Does Wheeler up to the 48, and that's a very nice pass. And one of the things that makes Wheeler so special is his ability to deliver the football on the move, and right there across his body. Saw a nice throw, and that's a first down now for the Indians. Riley now with the give, trying to get outside and tripped up right there at midfield.
Riley on the carry. Tackle made by Jacob Whittle.
Whittle with the stop for Eldon.
Second down and 8.
So 2nd and 8 now. Wheeler the give. This is Dylan Riley now in there for the Indians, and nothing doing. The Eldon line proving tough here in the early going. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Do the Mustangs. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 now.
Brings up a 3rd down and 8.
So once again, 3rd down for the Osage offense. 3rd and 8. Crossed his body now, looking into the flat, nothing doing. That's an incomplete pass, absolutely blown dead. So he was looking for Myers. That was a wonderful play. So 4th and 8 now as the Eldon defense looks very, very hungry here in their first possession. Edwards now, it's a low snap. He fields it. Low liner with a good spiral, bounces inside, and that ball is going to take a wonderful Osage bounce down at the 1-yard line by Gaines. And folks, that's a 51-yard sensational punt by Jason Edwards, and we've talked about how big of a playmaker Jason Edwards is and how many things he does right. One of the things Edwards does so well is in the kicking game, and folks, this is a very big stat. This year he's only missed 3 extra points. He's 37 of 40. Which is crazy at the high school level. Knowing you can count on your kicker to come in and tack on the extra point really changes your game plan. And I'll tell you what a playmaker. And he backs the Mustangs deep inside their own end. Austin Kempker now in at quarterback for the Stangs. Split backfield. And they draw an Indian offside on that first play. So that'll back him up half the distance to the goal, which, well, half the distance from 1 yard is half yard, so not a huge deal. 1st and 5 now from the 6-yard line. Kempker the inside give now, and Kidwell upended and taken down in the backfield. Nice piece of hitting James McCann now with the stop. McCann, he's had a nice season on both sides of the football. He's been a contributor on both sides. 270 yards receiving with 3 touchdown grabs. And I'll tell you what, Zach Wheeler's hit 5 different Indians for touchdowns this year, and that's just another mind-boggling stat that continues to show the depth of these Indians. And the hard count again by Kempker is going to work, and on 2nd and 5, that's the second, and actually they're going to get the Mustangs with a false start. They give that 5 yards back that the Mustangs give up, and that's going to be 2nd and about 8 now where they spot it. So 2nd and 8 now, 9:20 left here in the first quarter. Kempker the give, and it's Kidwell again. He has about 1 yard on the carry, and he stopped right there. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 now for the Mustangs. Kempker now the give. He's got some room outside. Does the Mustang ball carrier. He's up to about the 10.5 yard line, and looks like he's going to be just shy as Merida here for the Mustangs. Isaiah Merida, what a job the junior has done in the absence of Kidwell. Maples, the stop for the Indian, and Maples, player we don't really talk about enough, but he comes in with 86 tackles. He's been all over the place for the Indians, and we will have an official timeout for a measurement here. So just shy on the measurement. It'll be 4th and about inches, and I know it's early, and you'd love to think that potentially Coach Jolly might go for it, but deep inside his own end here early, I don't know how willing you are to take that gamble, and it would certainly be just that, a gamble here in the early going. Watch for the hard count here. Kempker's tried it a few times already. The offense out on the field. And the Mustangs look to punt now. Nobody back for Osage. They're willing to let this ball roll forever as Trenton Dillon now comes in, and a nice punt. And it's going to take a Mustang bounce, and it's a great, great punt right there. And that's a 51-yard punt for Trenton Dillon. Yeah, certainly now is empty backfield. Wheeler now the quick bubble screen looking for, I believe it's Edwards in the flat. Mustangs not having any of that. They're all over Edwards in the flat, and that's a play that Osage loves to run.
No gain, moves up a 2nd down and 10.
And that time Eldon all over it.
Yeah, Eldon coming out there, wanted to pick up the intensity. You can see him gang tackle right now.
So here's the inside give now, and that's Magnuson with a rare carry, and he's pushed back, and Eldon all over him. Leading the way right there is Trenton Kidwell, and he has a tackle for a loss. And these Mustangs, they are in the backfield all the time. I'll tell you what, Coach Jolly's squad loves to blow it up dead in the backfield, and they have done that all season long. So 3rd and 12 now. Wheeler out of the gun, looking towards his left now, steps up, and he will be taken down. Trenton Dillon and Trenton Kidwell share the quarterback sack, and I'll tell you what, Matt, if the early going is any indication, these Eldon Mustangs came to play.
Absolutely. I just mentioned the intensity. That's what Coach Jolly was demanding of his team this week. They needed a great week of preparation on the practice field, and now tonight you can see the intensity picking up.
He's going to share a sack right there with Kidwell, so he is officially at 9, and wow, what a play by Edwards. Bounces, and what a kick. Bad snap, barely gets it off, goes all the way down to the 26-yard line. That's a 44-yard punt. Edwards once again doing his part to help his team control field position. Looks like Morena the ball carrier.
Pick up a 2, brings up a 2nd down.
Mason with the stop brings up 2nd down and 8 now, and this is exactly what this Mustang offense wants to do. They want to continue to pound the rock, and what they'll do is they'll try to lull you to sleep, Matt, and then they'll get you with the trickery or the big play on the play action. So Osage D has to be ready as the inside hitter to Kidwell, and he's got about 5, maybe 6 on the give. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now for Eldon. Guys, they touched on the rivalry Obviously, it's big for many reasons here on 3rd and 3 and a couple of yards on the carry by Kidwell. He stopped on the play. So Kempker lines up under center. The quick give, and I believe he's got the first down. He does. I believe that's Kidwell all the way up to the 38-yard line, and a big-time gamble and a big-time reward as Coach Jolly's squad move the chains, and you see Coach Tim Otto, the defensive coordinator for the Mustangs, emphatically excited with the push the offensive line got on that play, Matt. Very nicely done by the interior line for the Mustangs.
Well, I think that intensity is carrying over to all aspects of this football team right now. Offensive line got a huge push on that 4th and short.
Play action now. Kempker rolls out, trying to get away from the defense, and he will not. Taken down with authority by McCann. A tackle for a loss of McCann. I mean, he has had a wonderful season here for the Indians and just doing everything he can do, and he's doing it well thus far. Is all kinds of disastrous. So now a different looking set here for the Mustangs. And Coach Jolly forced to burn his last timeout of the half with 3:20 left here. 3 timeouts already gone, not even out of the first quarter, and that very surprising, but I think Coach Jolly trying to set the tone early. He wants to perfect everything they do. He doesn't want to give up any possessions, any plays, and so he's willing to burn those timeouts and try to perfect his offensive scheme here early. It's a pitch to Moreta now, the end around, and that's Dillon, and McCann once again takes him down in the backfield. James McCann read that and makes a wonderful tackle for the Indians. This one for a 2-yard loss as he drops Dillon in the backfield, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 15 now for Eldon. Under center is Kempker. Only attempted 52 passes this year. Gives to Moreta, trying to get outside, and he won't be able to. You are going to have a horse collar tackle by Ian Riley on the play, gets outside, and that's going to bail these Mustangs out as that horse collar should be an automatic first down. Of course, I'll wait for the official ruling. Face mask against the defense, so it'll be an automatic first down, and that may be exactly what these Mustangs needed to get going here.
Yeah, I did see a bit of a pull on the back of the jersey. I did not see the face mask grab.
Tell you what, that could be huge here in the early going. Kempker now under center. That's Kidwell, and back in the backfield, Nick Riley having none of that. Just a short gain of 1 brings up 2nd down and 9 now. Instead of today like we originally planned, but tell you what, now Kempker back, looking over the middle, Trenton Dillon wide open, catches it inside the 20, inside the 10, and he is taken down at the 2-yard line by Jared Edwards, but I'll tell you what, 49-yard gain on the play, and like I touched on, partner, you lull him to sleep, and eventually you get a player like Trenton Dillon who streaks wide open, 49 yards, and here come the Mustangs. Tell you what, Dillon, just an overall specimen. He didn't play since his 8th grade year, comes back this year, and he's on the verge of breaking the Eldon Mustangs single-season sack record. Inside give to Kidwell, and he's into the end zone, and the Mustangs strike first in this district semifinal matchup. What a drive by the Mustangs, and it's fueled by a big face mask penalty. Now we have some extracurricular activity going on as Nick Riley falls to the ground. May have been a flop. The flag comes out anyway. But I'll tell you what, that sets the tone if you're Coach Jolly, and it shows why he burns those 3 timeouts. He saw something in the defense, and he wanted to perfect it, and he did just that, and Eldon strikes first.
Yeah, all 3 of those timeouts are well worth it when you're the first one to get on the board. Some substitutions here from the Eldon Mustangs.
And it's going to be a personal foul against Eldon, so it's going to back him up 15 yards, and it's going to spot at the 18 instead of the 3, meaning if they want to try an extra point, it's essentially going to be a 35-yarder. You know, and special teams are so big. We talked about Edwards' ability to connect on 37 out of 40 extra point attempts this year, and they're going to send their kicker out there in Trenton Dillon, as we saw the big reception, you know, the sacks by the young man, also does the place kicking, and we'll see if from 35 yards out he can't tack on the extra point. The snap, it's low, good hold, the kick is up, and He made it. What a job by Kempker, the placeholder. Bad snap. Gets it down. Dillon shows patience and knocks it through. So with a minute 15 left and the first quarter of play, the Mustangs strike first and lead 7-0. You're watching exclusive playoff football on Lake TV.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV classic game from October 28, 2016, a second-round playoff showdown between 9-1 Osage and a more-than-ready bunch of Eldon Mustangs. Let's get back to the action.
Back here on Lake TV, and it's the Mustangs strike first. Of course, the play set up on the 49-yard pass from Austin Kempker to Trenton Dillon, number 7 for the Eldon Mustangs, and then Trenton Kidwell tacks on the touchdown, the extra point, even from 35 yards out, up and good by Dillon, and it's the Mustangs in the driver's seat, 7-0 with a minute 15 to go, and Matt, I'm very impressed with Coach Jolly's squad thus far.
Yeah, absolutely. You talked about him burning the 3 times out, but it's well worth it. You're up 7-0. Your defense is playing great.
Edwards now at his own 13-yard line. He has a hole, and there he goes across the 40, and he's swung down in midfield by Trenton Dillon, but not before he takes their kick return 38 yards into Eldon territory, and it's what makes Edwards such a playmaker. He can do it all. He scored 8 touchdowns receiving the ball. He has 2 pick sixes this year, and he's showing us why he does it all on that impressive return. And now the Osage Indians with wonderful starting field position. We'll see if they can't tie this game. The give now to Riley, got some good yardage and taken down at about the 43-yard line. He has 6 or 7.
This Mustang defense is laying the wood tonight. I'm seeing some big hits out there. Maybe this rivalry is a little more intense than they were playing up before the game, Will.
Yeah, Dawson Brandt with the stop. He came in with 114 tackles. As Riley now inside the 40, makes a move inside the 20, inside the 10, and he's pulled down from Brandt from behind all the way down to the 8-yard line. That's good for 35 yards by Nick Riley, and that's a big-time gainer. Wonderful job by that first step by Nick Riley. He saw the hole, he hit it, and he does the rest.
Well, the Indians' offense back-to-back, same running play, picking up big chunks of yardage.
They give to Riley once more, bounces off his cousin Dylan Riley trying to block, and Mustangs stopped that in the backfield for a couple-yard loss. Leading the way was Anderson on the stop. Yeah, Morgan Anderson, the senior, he comes in. This is a great number by the senior tight end. He's only got 6 catches, but 4 of those have gone for a touchdown. That's making the most of your opportunities.
I was going to say, look for Wheeler to pass here. He rolls out to his left.
Wheeler rolls into the end zone and knocked away by Merida. Wonderful defensive play. He was looking for Edwards, and Merida did a nice job knocking it away, and they were battling hands, but I like the job of the official not to throw the flag. They both looked like they were wrestling for position, and Merida does a wonderful job defending that, and that brings up 3rd down and 10. Big time 3rd down and 10. Wheeler rolls to his right now across the middle, looking for DePay, and he's got him. Dalton DePay, his 5th touchdown of the year, comes at a big time moment on 3rd and 10, and Zach Wheeler, Mr. Composure, delivers his 20th touchdown of the season.
Will, you take the words right out of my mouth every time. I was just going to say, look how calm Wheeler is in the pocket. He just knows exactly where he wants to go with the football, rolls out to his right a little bit, and just puts a strike right to his receiver.
Yeah, what a job. And Edwards now to attempt the extra point, and it's up and good, so he's 38 of 41 on the year. And folks, if their first quarter is any indication, tonight is going to be not just as good as promised, but better. 3.6 seconds left in the opening quarter as Edwards set to kick for Osage, and that one bounces and fielded right there by Merida, trying to get outside now as he reverses field. He's up to the 28-yard line before being taken down by C.J. Myers. So the Mustangs have it 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line as that concludes our first quarter of play. Give now to Merida, trying to get outside. Magnuson takes him down after about a 2-yard gain. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 8. Matt, Austin Magnuson comes in. He's an all-state player, potentially a wonderful defensive player, and he comes in with 119 tackles, 9 of those for a loss. And I'll tell you what, he's just a tenacious kid. He's kind of quiet by most standards when you talk about, a 17 or 18-year-old kid with his skill set. But, I mean, he does the job and does so to the tune of 120 tackles this year. There's the give to Kidwell across the 30. And he's pushed back now after a modest gain of about 3. He's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 now for the Mustangs.
Down by 100 Davidson.
The Mustangs sticking with their bread and butter. They like running off that left-hand side.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6.
Picking up a couple of yards on the first 2 set of downs, putting them in a 3rd and 6 here with 11 minutes left to go here in the second quarter.
Out here on your lone receiver, and Kidwell now, and it's Kempker rather with the naked bootleg outside, and he is all the way down to the 32-yard line, and that's good for 34 yards, and what a play by Kempker.
Yeah, Kempker, we saw that play on their second drive here just a little bit ago, and I thought it had some potential. It didn't quite come out. I don't think Kempker lined up his blocker on the first time, but he does a great job right there using his wheels, getting to the outside and picking up a huge chunk of yards for this Mustang offense.
Inside give, no, Kempker once again keeps it still on his feet, fights through the first tackle, has 11 yards and back-to-back first downs for these Mustangs.
Kempker, the ball carrier.
Yeah, really impressed. He really does have some quick feet. Great job keeping his balance there. Fought off one tackle, rolled out to the outside, picking up another first down here.
And he hasn't been known as a wild runner out of the quarterback position this year. Really, really surprising as he's having this success. And of course, if you're Osage, you haven't exactly probably come into this ball game saying we have to watch the quarterback running the football. So nice job by Coach Jolly throwing something at this defense they probably were not expecting. Inside carry, Kidwell now good yardage. He has about 7. Works his way down to the 14-yard line. And how about these Mustangs?
Yeah, Kidwell weighing in about 205. He just putting his head down, running over a couple of Indian tacklers. And like I said, picking up 7 yards. Great job on first down.
Yeah, so crucial for Eldon to stay with positive yardage on that first down, as we always touch on the importance of that, not putting yourself in 2nd and long. That way you don't handcuff what kind of plays you can call. There's the outside misdirection. Play Morita with a spin move, makes the first guys miss. He splits the defense, and he's down to the 4-yard line. Give him 10, and another Mustang first down. What a run by Morita. What a play.
Right, Morita just splitting 2 Indian defenders. They both were standing there looking at each other like, what just happened? He spun right through both of them. Just really with the intensity. We've talked about it a couple of times here tonight. You can just feel it in a game, a playoff game, beautiful night. These teams are out here to win.
I mean, we don't have a replay machine, but folks, look out for next year. We're waiting to hear back from Under Armour and Nike and see if we can't get a replay cam. And if Nike's listening, well, you better give us a call. Kempker under center, the give to Kidwell, and he's trying to work his way to the end zone, makes his way to about the 2 before being stopped. C.J. Myers and Dylan Riley combined for the stop. It's going to bring up 2nd down and goal.
You're going to see again there, Kidwell, just a handful to bring down. Takes about 3 Indian tacklers to bring him down. When he gets the football, he keeps a low center of gravity and really just tries to stay behind his blockers and pound the rock.
Inside give to Kidwell, and he makes his way into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night, his 6th of the season, and Trenton Kidwell puts the Mustangs back up on top.
Wow, what a game we've got here tonight. Now we got the back and forth action. Started a little slow. The defense was the dominant factor in the game so far. Now we've had 3 consecutive scoring drives in a row. 17-3 right now. The Mustangs are on top, looking to add 1 more, make it 14-7.
Dylan in now, another bad snap, and quarterback Austin Kempker forced to just tuck it and run. It's a forced fumble. Nick Riley knocks it away from him. Bad snap once again, and that time Kempker had no choice but to try to just make do. So with 8:38 left in the second quarter of play, it's the Eldon Mustangs back up on top, 13-7. You know, I touched on how close I thought this game was gonna be to a lot of people, and everyone that is big into football, that's not interested as far as family or friends or went to one of these schools, thought this was gonna be an Osage victory. But I said, I do have Osage winning the game, but it's not gonna be a 32-6 matchup. It's gonna be a close game. You heard me predict a 31-25 Osage win, and I know that this Eldon Mustang team could beat Osage, but they're gonna have to play a perfect game, and so far they've looked perfect. Here's Edwards now, another good return, makes his way up to about the 30-yard line before being dumped right there by Parsons. So first down and 10 now. We'll see if Wheeler can continue his recent success. He hands it off to Nick Riley, and he has about 2 yards, brings up second down and 8. Riley really the workhorse running the football for the Indians, and you saw why earlier on that first step on the long run of 30-some yards. And here's Riley again. He's got some room, but nice piece of tackling right there by Brandt. Josie Brandt comes in once again, and I'll tell you what, this kid, sorry, Dawson Brandt, not J.C. Brandt now, with the stop. And Dawson Brandt, man, he came in, as we touched on, with 114 tackles. So you have a couple of these Mustangs that have a crazy number of tackles, and Riley on 3rd and 3 gets stopped at the line of scrimmage. Beautiful job by the Mustang defense, and we'll see what Osage does. Beautiful stop now, and Edwards does punt, a high end over end kick. The fair catch called for and made at about the 29-yard line by Merida. So Eldon now with the lead, have the football back, 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, and I'd be interested to see what Eldon does here offensively. If it's not broke, don't fix it, and so far their slow, as you said, methodical style of offense has worked wonders, and I don't expect them to change anything. Morgan Anderson out of your screen, the lone receiver. Now as he makes his way back into your screen, here's the give to Kidwell. He lowers his shoulder, and he just really wrestles the defense for a 7-yard gain, and that's all Trenton Kidwell.
Yeah, Kidwell just pushing the scrum there. Picking up good 5 yards, you know, right after contact. He was hit after 2 yards, carries him for another 3, so just positive yardage on first down. It's a great play.
So 2nd and 4 now. Kempker the give to Merida. He tries to get outside, and Osage there is Ian Riley, DePay, and Brown with the stop. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 3 now as he stopped for no gain. And Eldon, they've converted on their last 2 3rd downs, Matt. Of course, you had the 3rd and 15 converted on the face mask penalty, and their last 3rd and 5 was that big 32-yard run by Kempker on the naked boot. So we'll see what Coach Jolly draws up on 3rd and 3.
I'm looking for Kidwell to push the scrum here again.
The ball's on the turf, picked up by quarterback Kempker, and he's dumped in the backfield as Dalton DePay takes him down. And a couple-yard loss, and that was really, really a dangerous play as Kempker fumbles the football. He falls on it and keeps possession, so 4th and 5 now for Eldon. Gaines back to return, bad snap, nice job by kicker Dillon to field it, and gets off a great punt, and oh, very, very dangerous play. It's fumbled by Gaines, recovered by Anderson, and the Eldon Mustangs, they come up with a big-time takeaway at the 14-yard line, 1st and 10, and you see Coach Johnson, there's no reason for Drake Gaines to try to field that football, and he does, and it's going to be the Mustangs 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. And I'll tell you what, that's a very slow, long walk back to the sideline. If you're junior wide receiver Drake Gaines, he has done things well all season long, and that right there is a big-time mistake. Could cost his team.
Well, you got to give credit.
They say Osage football. I'm not sure I agree with the call here. It looks like Gaines very clearly touched the football. It was recovered by the Mustangs. I don't know what the call is. Okay, so I have word from program director Ashley Davis. The ball did touch an Eldon Mustang first. Therefore, the ball is dead there. Doesn't matter. Once an Eldon player touches it, you're free to go and touch the ball, hit it out of bounds. Fumble doesn't come into play. Thank you, Miss Davis. And I'll tell you what, Ashley coming around with that football knowledge. Gotta love that. So Wheeler now in all kinds of trouble. He's dumped in the backfield. Trenton Dillon, his 10th sack of the year. That's a Mustang single-season record. He came into the game with 8.5. Tonight he's got a sack and a half, putting his total at 10. And Tim Otto couldn't tell me officially what the single-season record was, but he said, I certainly guarantee you Trent Dillon's getting very close if he doesn't already have it. And that's a sack as Wheeler tried to make his way out of the scrum, but he can't. So on 2nd and long, it's Wheeler to DePay. He's up to the 33-yard line. He gets 8 yards on that play, so he gets the negative yards back plus a couple. That'll bring him 3rd and 8 after Merida makes the stop.
Putting the Indians in a 3rd and long here for the 2nd drive in a row.
So Wheeler now takes the snap, rolls to his right on 3rd and 8, dumps it underneath, and just throws it down to his check down, and Nick Riley unable to haul that in. And I really don't think that was a bad call by quarterback Zach Wheeler. We talked about in the pregame, if it's not there, just get rid of it. Live to see another down, and you're going to be able to punt the ball. Hopefully Edwards can continue to punt deep into Eldon territory, and that will prove to be a smart play by quarterback Wheeler. Yeah, Dillon been all over the place, a sack and a half, and that wonderful punt. Now Edwards back, and that's a punt. Fielded, and there's a fumble, and that is recovered. Very, very lucky for the Mustangs as Jordan Metz, the junior, able to corral that. But boy, you have back-to-back punting situations that almost end up disastrous. So Kempker will line up under center, a split backfield as we're so accustomed to seeing from Jolly's Mustangs. Fakes the inside give. They'll give it outside to Merida. He's trying to get outside, and he's going to be taken down. Wormith, the first guy there, and then cleaning that up is Magnuson. And also Max Maples. Kempker now, he's going to throw one up. He's looking for Merida, and in stride he has him. Merida now inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line, and that's good for 52 yards. And what a throw by Kempker. He looks like he has been passing the ball all season long. Well, comes into the ball game, only 52 attempts. He's only completing 40% of his passes, but that right there was a wonderful throw. And once again, it's the Mustangs offense luring you to sleep. They just continue to pound the rock, and then when you're not expecting it, the play action, they burn you deep. And what a throw from Kempker. Kempker now in that naked boot, tries to get outside, and he will inside the 20, inside the 10, to the house, and Austin Kempker, a 24-yard touchdown, and the Mustangs up 19-7 with 2:59 left in the first half.
Wow, 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 Will. I cannot believe this right now. Kempker, first of all, he's averaging about 45 yards per pass so far. He's thrown 2 passes, great completions. And now again, he uses his feet, get it outside. Great blocking on the outside. Not sure who that was, but great blocking up front by this Mustangs offense. And they just freed up Kempker for another huge run and another touchdown for this Mustang offense.
You know, one thing that I am really, really happy about it, getting a couple of score lead here for the Mustangs early. We're going to finally get to see Zach Wheeler in a situation where he's going to have to pass the football and get his team back into it. As Kempker now tries to get outside, looks like we may have an illegal block or a hold. It's no good, so it looks like the score will be 19-7. Of course, we'll wait for the call, and it's just that. It's going to be a hold against the offense. The penalty will be declined, and although the Mustangs cannot convert, they do hold a 12-point lead over the Osage Indians with 2:59 left in the first half. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. Eldon and Osage in a 2016 second-round playoff game. Enjoy the action on Lake TV.
And, you know, as we talked with Tim Otto, the outstanding defensive coordinator for the Eldon Mustangs throughout the week, had a great conversation with him last night. He said, you know, we have to match up. And so far, Eldon has won the matchups. Now, big-time yards here now on the return across the 45. Still on his feet all the way down to the 45-yard line. That's number 27, Hunter Davidson, the junior, with a big-time return, and that gets the Indian fans on their feet. So now you're going to see Wheeler out of the shotgun, something I love to see. Quad wide receivers, trips top of your screen, direct snap to Riley. He's got some good yardage inside the 40, down to the 34, still on his feet. Look at him go inside the 25-yard line. He's taken down by Trenton Dillon, but not before he has 21 yards and an Osage first down.
Yeah, I love the play call there. The old, oops, I threw it over the quarterback's head. Now the running back's taking off right up the middle. Riley with a huge run and great ball security because he got smacked pretty hard from behind. He could have lost that football.
Wheeler now on the run, cross the body, looking for, well, it looked like he was looking for DePay, actually finds Gaines as intended target. He has 7 yards, and that's down to the 13 or 18-yard line, rather.
I think he was looking right for Gaines. I'm pretty sure that ball was intended for him. DePay is going up trying to make a play on it. But now we see the composure coming into play. A couple of big first downs here for the Indians offense. Now they're set at the Mustangs 17-yard line.
Boy, here we go. 2nd and 3, and looks like there's a penalty. So inside of 2.5 minutes to play now. Inside give, no, and it is quarterback Zach Wheeler who is just walloped by Trenton Kidwell in the backfield. He drops him for about a 3-yard loss. Brings up 2nd down and 13, and Eldon, bend but do not break.
Great play by Kidwell. It doesn't matter if he's on offense or defense. He might just let you out. You got to keep your head on a swivel and watch out for this kid.
Yeah, certainly, and I'm telling you what, his return to the lineup is so big on the offensive end, but Coach Otto said, you know what we don't realize is how good he is defensively because he doesn't show up in the stat sheet. But boy, he does on that play. Wheeler now pump fake, now looks to the end zone, looking, and it is, oh, very nearly hauled in by Gaines. He got both hands on it, but wrestled away. Good coverage on the outside for the Mustangs by Pipes. Austin Pipes, the junior. Nice coverage, and Gaines very nearly hauled that one in.
Yeah, Wheeler with a great throw there, kind of putting it up where only his guy can make, his receiver can make a play on it, and if not, you know, he can come turn into a defender and swat it away. But great throw by Wheeler, just unable to come connect with his receiver in the back corner of the end zone.
So 3rd and 13, 1:46 left in the first half. Halftime show during the break. Here's the inside give to Riley. He gives it back to DePay now on the reverse. Fools absolutely no one, and Parsons is right there. Stops him after a short gain of 1, and that brings up 4th and 12 for the Indians, and they have not been in this position very often this season.
Yeah, I don't imagine they've been playing from behind very much at all. Only 1 loss on the season. Let's see what they're made of here tonight. It's a tough playoff game at home. Got the crowd behind you.
And they're going to bring on their place kicker, Jared Edwards, to attempt a 31-yard attempt. The hold, the kick is up, and it is good. Nice kick by Edwards, and that makes it a 9-point game as Edwards converts the 31-yard field goal, and Osage slims the Eldon lead to 9 with 1:10 left in the first half of play. Of all the teams that could meet, you love seeing 2 local teams get to play this far into the postseason. Of course, the winner of this game makes their way to the district championship game to play the winner of Sullivan, the 4 seed, and Owensville, the favorited 1 seed of this district. But I'll tell you, either one of these teams goes down to Owensville, or heaven forbid Osage wins and Owensville falls, they'd host Sullivan next week. Of course, a lot of ball left to be played. We'll talk more about that later now as Edwards with a little dribbler, and that is fielded by Dillon at his own 15-yard line, and there he goes, across the 35, now outside to the 44-yard line before finally being taken down by Gaines. Also in on the stop, Jalen Spriggs. But again, wonderful field possession here for the Mustangs.
Yeah, I'm really seeing both of these football teams kind of putting it all together. You know, they started out really intense, mistake-free football. We still haven't had any turnovers here in the game. Look for that later. See if that becomes a big part of the football game. But both teams making plays on both sides of the ball, special teams. Just really what you'd expect from a couple of playoff football teams.
So now on 1st and 10. Do remember, no timeouts left for Eldon. They've got 1:03 and 56 yards stand between them in the end zone. And outside Merida now, he carries Ian Riley with the stiff arm, and he's dragged out of bounds at about the 47-yard line. We'll give him 9 yards. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, good tough running on 1st down. You know, fighting off with the stiff arm, fighting off, picking up 9 yards. Great tough run by Meridian.
And Merida gets out of bounds to stop the clock. So 2nd down and 1, 55 seconds left in the half. Kimker now, once again, it's Merida. He lowers his head, and he's down to the 41-yard line. And on the 1st down, the clock will stop as they reset the sticks. So how about the Mustangs? They have a little sense of urgency, and they will try to add on to this already 9-point lead as we go into the break.
Yeah, you got to watch Kemker here. They're going to try to sneak out another throw here, I think, before the end of the half.
Play action, Kemker now into the flat, and he's got Anderson who catches it. No. They say it's a catch and a fumble recovered by number 33 for the Mustangs at the 37-yard line. The recovery was by Jacob Whittle.
Pick up a 4 is going to bring up a 2nd down and 6.
I'm not sure Anderson hauled that in. If he did, it's his 7th catch. It'll go down as his 7th catch. As Merida now inside, up down to about the 32-yard line, about a yard shy, and Eldon has to hurry.
Brought down by C.J. Myers.
3rd and short.
They're going to have to throw this one deep.
Brings up the 3rd down and 1.
And all kinds of disaster. Kempker now sacked in the backfield. Dalton to pay with the quarterback sack in the half ends, 19-10. Back here on Lake TV, folks, as we start our 3rd quarter. Edwards the kick. He kicks it deep. Fielded at about the 7-yard line by Merida now. He's across the 20 and taken down there. That's where Eldon starts 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Matt, we had a streaker during the halftime break, and if you listen to the NFL commentators, anytime there's a streaker, they talk about the ignorance and they don't like it. I'm not that commentator. I wish I would have had the opportunity to streak on the football field. Good for you, young man. The cops didn't catch him. They're coming out of the woods looking for him. Run home free, young man. Run home free. What a guy. And he got away. He was in a Speedo, apparently, had something graphic written on his back. Good for you, young man. Way to take a chance. So 1st and 10 now, 11:54. Outside give now. As Kidwell takes the first carry of our second half, has about 3 yards. That'll bring him 2nd down and 7.
Exactly the way you want to start the second half. A positive play on 1st down. Pick up 3 yards. Keep your play calling options open.
We'll keep an eye on the woods. The cap's not going anywhere. I'm trying to figure out, do I watch the World Series? Do I watch the game? Do I watch the nudie chase? What do we do, Matt? So 11:24, Ross Reinhardt, our head production assistant, says keep your eyes on the field, Will. So I will listen as the carry for the Mustangs, Merida outside. And now we have a flag with some extracurricular activity. So we'll wait and see what they call here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I didn't see much. I'm interested to see what happened. Personal foul on the Indians. That's going to be a 15-yard penalty.
An automatic 1st down.
Automatic 1st down here for the Mustang offense.
So fresh set of downs now as Eldon has it up to their own 38-yard line now as Kempker under center. Quick inside hitter, and there he goes. Kidwell outside, inside the 50, taken down to the 46-yard line. He has 17 yards. And a big-time hitter. That's a 1st down for Eldon now inside of Osage territory.
I'm really impressed by this Eldon offense. You know, doing a great job up front. This offensive line is making some holes, and then Kidwell just running right through them. I mean, he's a big kid, and he's finding huge holes out there. Picking up another 1st down here for the Mustang offense.
We'll see if Eldon can continue this success on the road. Inside give, and wonderful job sniffing that one out by the Osage defense very nearly. Right, partner, now in 2nd and 8, 10 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's the give to Merida, and he's upended and taken down. Nice piece of tackling by Magnuson. He helps up Merida. Nice sportsmanship as well, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Pick up of 1 brings up a 3rd down and 7.
Well, tough 3rd down situation here. 3rd and long. What are they going to do? They're going to let Kempker use his arm a little bit. He's doing that well. Bootleg him out. A lot of options here for the Mustang offense.
Yeah, and as many options as it is, we'll see if Kempker can pick up this 1st down on 3rd and 7. He's going to keep it like you touched on, partner. He makes the first guy miss with the inside cut. Makes his way down to the 32-yard line, and on the 11-yard gain, Austin Kempker has a Mustang 1st down.
Yeah, Kempker really impressing me here tonight. Good decision making. Decides to tuck that one. Says, let me take this one myself. I'm having a great game here. I'm feeling it tonight. Picking up another big chunk of yardage. 1st down, Mustangs.
So this is the 8th play of the drive already for the Mustangs, and they've eaten up 3 minutes here in the early going in the second half. Kidwell now the carry, and he works his way up through the middle, inside the 10, down to the 5, and he's down at the 3-yard line as Jason Edwards hangs on for dear life, and all the way down to the 4-yard line. That right there is the big-time gainer.
Yeah, Kidwell strutting a little bit after that. He's feeling it as well. This entire Mustang offense is just kind of clicking right now. Opening up huge holes by the offensive line. Kemker managing the game. Running backs just picking up positive yardage on every touch of the ball. This Indian defense is going to have to come up with a huge play here to get their football team back in the game.
Kemker now they give to Kidwell, who is taken down.
Kidwell on the carry.
He's upended by C.J. Myers. First Indian there brings up second down and goal now. His team up 9, knocking on the door. Kidwell gets the carry, and he's into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night, and the Eldon Mustangs find themselves up 25-10 with 7:52 left in this 3rd quarter of play.
Really putting the pressure on this Eldon Mustang football, or this Osage Indian football team.
Kemker steps up in the pocket, and he's taken down violently by Jacob Mason. Wonderful stop, and after the failed 2-point conversion, it is 25-10 Eldon with a 15-point lead over the Indians of Osage. 7:52 left here in this 3rd quarter, folks. We'll be back on Lake TV after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV classic game from October 28, 2016, a 2nd-round playoff showdown between 9-1 Osage and a more-than-ready bunch of Eldon Mustangs. Let's get back to the action.
And we're back, folks, on Lake TV as Eldon now set to kick away to the Indians, and the Indians not used to being down 2 scores. They find themselves down 15 points here with 7:52 left in the 3rd quarter. A nice spot. Lake TV Fan of the Year Dakota Williams was just holding that football up over his head. Very, very proud of that. We love Dakota here at Lake TV. So 7:52 left in Dakota's Mustangs. He predicted them to win in the pregame, and well, they're well on their way here. 25-10, fielded at the 15-yard line. Nice return. Hunter Davison balls on the turf, and oh my, who has it? This could be disastrous, and Max Maple saves the day for the Osage Indians. Wheeler now, C.J. Myers has the reception across the 40 up to the 43-yard line. That's good for 11 yards and a 1st down, and a very good sign for the Osage Indians.
Yeah, good idea. Nice, easy toss, pass and catch to get the offense going a little bit.
Enough for another Osage. 1st and 10 for the Indians at their own 43-yard line.
Wheeler now rolls out into the flat. He's got Edwards, and big hit on the play by Austin Pipes. He has 2, but I'll tell you what, the Mustang defense been all over Jason Edwards on those short, quick hitters. Just 3 yards on the play, and that brings up 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Wheeler looking comfortable and composed out there as usual, completing his passes. Here with the inside handoff. Not much doing up the middle.
So Wheeler out of the gun, empty backfield now, steps up, throws, and he's got his man C.J. Myers once again down to the 40. He delivers a finishing blow on the defender. He's down to the 37-yard line. That's good for 16 yards. And for the 2nd straight time, it's C.J. Myers the 1st down reception.
Yeah, good job by the offensive line there of the Indians, giving Wheeler some time. He bought himself a little more time, found his receiver. 1st down, Indians.
So Wheeler now out of the gun. Steps up now. Looks, he's got Edwards across the middle. Edwards inside the 20, inside the 15. Stutter steps, and he's down to the 7-yard line. That's good for 30 yards. And another Osage 1st down. That's Edwards' 6th reception of the night. This one the longest. This one goes for 30 yards and sets the Indians up 1st and goal.
Yeah, I don't think these offenses could be any more different. We've got the Osage Indians running a spread-type offense, letting Wheeler make a lot of decisions, throwing the football. The Mustangs, on the other hand, handing the ball off almost the entire game, except when Kemper decides to throw for it for 35 yards.
It's a quick option out to Nick Riley, and he's into the house for a touchdown from 8 yards out, and the Indians answer right back. They pull within 9, and they are just an extra point away from pulling this to a 1-score ball game, and the Indians needed to answer, and they do.
Yeah, the offense does exactly what they need to do. Not even 2 minutes off the clock. March right down the field, get in the end zone. looking to tack on the extra point here. Bring us to a 25-17 ball game.
So Edwards now in to attempt the extra point. He's missed just 3 this year, including 1 for 1 tonight. The hold is up, and oh my goodness, it's up and off the top right, upright, falls short, only his 4th missed extra point of the night, and that could loom huge because it remains a 2-score ball game. 25-16 Eldon, 6:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. So Gaines now set to kick off for the Indians. A little short pooch fielded at the 31 very wisely by a Mustang here. And DePay takes him down at the 40-yard line. Nice job by number 8 of the Mustangs, Austin Pipes. Good return, and Eldon once again with good field position. 1st and 10 at their own 40.
Yeah, Austin Pipes making a good decision there. You know, picking up that short pooch kick, trying to find some room on the outside, and then just finishing that run at the end, just putting his head down, making himself tough to tackle. But it's all up to the Indians defense here now. They're going to have to slow down this Mustang offense and give their team a chance to get the offense back on the football field.
Inside give, that's Kidwell, and he's pushed back and taken down by Nick Riley at the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing for Kidwell there, and big time stop. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now. It's their style of play, and it's working well now. Oh, and very nearly taking the handoff was a Mustang, but Kidwell keeps his legs churning, and on 2nd effort he has 4. That's one of the more impressive 4-yard gains you'll see.
Yeah, you're going to have to go low with him. If not, you're going to have to bring your friends, because it's going to take 2 or 3 of these Indian tacklers to bring him down here tonight.
In motion, and that is Dillon. He takes the snap, he's outside, and he's short of the 1st down yardage. C.J. Myers with the stop. The ball may have come out. They're going to say he was down, but C.J. Myers' big stop. That brings up 4th down and 3. Trent Dillon set to do the punting, and Drake Gaines back to return. Ooh, very nearly blocked, and bounces inside the 30, and will be down right there by Parsons at the 24-yard line. So now Osage starting to see the momentum shift back towards their side. They had the touchdown drive, of course couldn't convert on the extra point, but they did stop Eldon's offense for the first time in a while, and they get the ball back with an opportunity to cut into this 9-point lead with 3:48 left in the 3rd quarter. Inside give, and look at Riley go. He's up to the 34-yard line. He's got 10 yards and an Indian 1st down. I think that could put him over 100 on the night, or very close to. He's at 95 yards on 11 carries. Those stats courtesy of one of our wonderful production assistants, Steve Hogg Wickham, joining the crew this year, as Gaines tried to haul that in. That's got to be pass interference. Number 25 made a wonderful play, but unfortunately for him, he was there early. However, the official gives Brandt the benefit of the doubt, and I'll tell you what, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe Brandt got there at the exact time the ball arrived. Either way, it goes down as a wonderful defensive play, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, I'm choosing that 2nd option. I thought he had great timing on that play.
All right, well, good call, partner. Out of the shotgun now, Wheeler rolls. Gonna throw, and oh, baby, very nearly intercepted by Brandt. He had a gift. Wheeler did not see the linebacker shifting over. He underthrew his target, and that was very nearly disastrous. And neither team, it's not that neither team wants to turn it over, just neither team wants to take it away, it seems like.
Yeah, unable to corral that pass. Hit him right in the chest almost. He bobbled the football. And the Indian offensive player did get a hand in and try to break that play up a little bit.
Yeah, Brett just didn't see it clearly, and you're right, coming back to the ball, the Indian receiver did a nice job stopping him. Wheeler steps up now looking for DePay, and he overshoots Dalton DePay by a good 5 or 6 yards. And the Indians, they'll be forced to punt, so Eldon's defense answers the call, and they appear to be giving the football back to their offense with 3:26 left in the 3rd quarter. So Edwards now into punt, takes the snap, and he gets off a dandy. Fielded by Moretta as there wasn't a lot of hang time. Tries to get outside, and he will across the 40. Makes his way up near midfield. He has it up to the 49-yard line. We do have a flag back at the 37, typically in the vicinity of holding or illegal block in the back, and we'll wait for the official's call.
Yeah, I think I saw the illegal block in the back out there, so. Yeah, was way off on that one. I'm saying block in the back. Referees say face mask.
I thought it was probably going to be a block in the back or a hold as well. Now Kempker, the give to Kidwell. Lowers his head, and he has about 3 or 4. And although it doesn't seem like a lot, Eldon coaches will take that all day long.
And they like that, being up by 9 points right now.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at time of possession in this game, it has to favor the Mustangs here as Moretta makes his way inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. And that'll bring up third down and 3 now. And so far, Eldon, they're 1 for 2 in this half on third down. They were 2 for 5 in the first half. So on the game, partner, they are 3 of 7. And we'll see if they can't convert on 3rd and 3. There's the give to Moretta, and first guy was there. He couldn't get him, and Moretta stretches the football out to the 35-yard line, and he has an Eldon Mustang first down. What a wonderful job by Moretta. And 1st and 10 from the 35 now. Kempker keeps the ball. He's outside, and he's taken down. Nice piece of tackling. Looks like Austin Magnuson with the stop. Cam, I'll tell you what, good run by Kempker again. He gets 4. Kempker now in 2nd and 6. It gives to Kidwell. He's got first down yardage inside the 25, down to the 24-yard line, and another Mustang first down. We're inside a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter, and Eldon really starting to make the Osage faithful nervous here. They've got a 2-score lead and the football at the 23-yard line. Oh, listen to this. You gotta love this.
Isaiah Moretta, the ball carrier. Brought down by Max Maples. Pick up the 2, brings it a 2nd down, and 8.
I don't think anyone's going to give up on this competition, as you have the student sections and the bands, front belt, both Eldon and Osage going at it. No one's running out of energy. It looks like both sides had their 5-hour energy. Finally, Osage says, I can't take it anymore. Eldon's victorious on the band chant. And that concludes our 3rd quarter of play. So, as we get ready to enter the 4th quarter, folks, it's the Eldon Mustangs leading by a score of 25-16 in this district semifinal playoff matchup. You're watching exclusive coverage of high school football on Lake TV. We'll be back after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. Eldon and Osage in a 2016 second-round playoff game. Enjoy the action on Lake TV.
So 25-16, Eldon with the lead and the ball as they're knocking on the doorstep at the 21-yard line. There's the give to Kidwell. He lowers his head, and he's got about 2 or 3 yards, brings up 3rd and 4. Kidwell, 3 touchdown runs tonight. He has been sensational. So 3rd and 4 now, big time play, needless to say. Osage trying to draw him off sides, and oh, the official very nearly threw it. He doesn't, and it is Moretta once again. I believe he's got it. Eldon first down as they have him at the 13-yard line. He needed the 13-yard line. Of course, we'll have an official measurement as we are very, very close, but I think he's got first down yardage. They give him a first down, so Eldon, fresh set of downs.
At the Osage 13-yard line.
So 1st and 10, ball at the 13-yard line. This would be a wonderful time for Osage to get a takeaway. Be a wonderful time for Eldon to do their best to deliver that nail right into that coffin. If they can score, potentially they can make it a 3-score ball game.
have not had a problem with ball security all night, this Mustang offense. Let's look for them to keep that up, protect the football, especially deep in the Indians' territory.
Goodwill on the carry.
Into the end zone looking for Anderson, and nice job by Jason Edwards to get in there and knock it away as quarterback Austin Kempker was looking for his tight end, the senior, Morgan Anderson. Not a bad throw. He had a step, but you've got to credit Jason Edwards. 3rd and 10. They're 3 of 4 on 4th down in the second half. Kempker the give now. He's got something going. Merida works his way outside down to the 10-yard line. He has just 3 yards. That'll bring up 4th down, so you've got to credit the Osage defense as they force Coach Jolly in the decision time, and I don't think it's much of a decision. His offense stays out there. 4th and 6, 9-point game, and it's going to be the offense. Look for the hard count. No one's out there on the outside, wide open and jumping offside. Big-time mistake, number 55. For the Osage Indians, Chris Halsell, you just cannot jump offside in that situation. I said watch the hard count. Of course, Halsell probably can't hear me from down there, but I don't know how that situation you can't be thinking that.
5-yard penalty.
So 4th and 2 now. Kempker the give. Kidwell works his way forward, and he's very, very close, and I will... Of course, we'll wait for the spot. I think he's inside the 3. The far official has him just inside the 3. That's a first down, I believe, and should bring up 1st and goal. It will for the Mustangs. So 1st and goal, ball at the 3-yard line. Kempker to Kidwell. He already has 3 now, and he's going to be taken down. Kidwell inside the 3-yard line. Kempker takes the snap. It's Kidwell, and he's into the end zone. His 4th touchdown of the night, his 8th of the season, and he's yet to play 3 full games, folks. So Trenton Kidwell, in his 2nd game back, has 4 touchdowns, and it's a 15-point ball game now. So this is a huge 2-point conversion attempt. If they convert, it becomes a 3-score ball game. If they don't, it's still just a 15-point ball game, and Osage has life.
If there's one area of the football of this football game that the Mustangs have not executed well, it has been their kicking game and the 2-point conversion.
Well, Dillon's out to attempt the extra point, so even if he converts, still a 2-score game. The hold, the kick is up, and it is good. So Trenton Dillon puts the Eldon Mustangs up 32-16 with 7:39 left in the game, folks. And the Mustangs, I took Osage to win by a score of 31-25. But it's Eldon up 32-16, and that one fielded by Gaines inside the 30. We'll see if he can't get something going. He's across the 40 up to the 44-yard line, and that's a wonderful starting field position, and about all you could have asked for if you were Coach Devin Johnson. And now it's time to find out what junior quarterback Zach Wheeler is made out of. His team is down 16 points. He needs 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions. He's got all 3 timeouts in the bag, but the clock, it's becoming an issue. Not only that, but your defense is going to have to find a way to get at least 1 stop of these Eldon Mustangs at some point in time. But first, they have to score to keep this one alive. Out of the shotguns, Wheeler. Drops back, wonderful protection. Now Wheeler flushes, steps up in the pocket. He's going to very wisely run out of bounds at the 49-yard line. He has about 6 yards, maybe 7. We're going to give him 7 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 3.
Couple of touchdown drives tonight. All of them, around 2 to 3 minutes time of possession. So they can score quick and often.
You got to give Drake Gaines a chance. Wheeler now throws in, very nearly hauled in to pay. Looking to come to the football. Nice defensive play by Austin Kempker coming in on defense, making a play. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for Osage. So 3rd and 2 now. Direct snap. Riley takes it. He's across the 40. 1st down and more. And what a move. Riley inside the 30. outside of the 20, and he's finally taken down, but not till he makes his way to the 14-yard line. That's good for 37 yards and a big-time run by Nick Riley.
36-yard gain on the play.
Huge running play for the Indians offense, just what they needed.
So Wheeler now has to protect the football. 1st and 10, ball at the 14-yard line. 7:13 left in the game. McCann now comes in motion, lines up at the slot. Wheeler takes the snap, he looks quick, and he's looking for DePay, and that one falls incomplete. Really fortunate. That one was almost thrown backwards, and if that was the case, boy, could have been very, very disastrous. And he's looking for Gaines, and he scores! Drake Gaines from 14 yards out. Call me crazy, call me lucky. Regardless, I'm not going gambling, folks. It's Osage pulls it to 10, and they're going to have to keep the offense out on the field. Drake Gaines' 6th touchdown of the year. And now it's an ever so important 2-point attempt here for the Osage Indians. Anyway, so 7:04 left here in the 4th quarter.
Making it tough on the Indians here. Illegal substitution, bringing them back here. But you know what? Might just give him a little bit more room for Wheeler to open up this end zone a little bit. A little more room for these receivers to get in there.
That's a great call, partner. Look across the middle, and there's a flag, pass interference. All 3 of them see it now on the pass interference, so they're going to get an opportunity to try it again. Reset the play clock, and man, what a ball game we've got here tonight. You know, if Osage is able to convert this or not, still 7 minutes left with all 3 timeouts. I mean, they really are in no need to kick an onside here, even if they don't get this. Still only a 10-point game, 7 minutes left, all 3 timeouts. So, 2-point attempt here now as Wheeler under pressure. Scrambles outside, throws back across, his body falls incomplete, and Eldon's defense gets a stop when they need it, and it remains a 10-point game.
Their running attack has been very potent tonight. And what they've been talking about all game is just managing that clock, and that's what they're especially going to look to do here. Up by still a 2-score football game. They've got time on their side.
Oh, nice piece of kicking now. Kempker, and he touches it inbounds. He's going to have to find a way to get out of the end zone. That is a terrible call. The ball was touched at the 3-yard line by the Eldon player, and it goes into the end zone. That should be a live ball. Should be a safety, or at least... I don't understand the call here. I'll tell you what, that is a break for the Eldon Mustangs, and they'll take it. 1st and 10, 7:02 left. Austin Kempker doing a wonderful job leading the Mustangs offense tonight. Here's the give, and it's Kidwell. Gets through the first line of defense, and he may go midfield, and stiff arm, and what a play all the way down to the 35-yard line, and there's a flag on the play, but right now it's a 45-yard run for Trent Kidwell.
Yeah, Kidwell with another unbelievable run. This Mustang offense is doing a great job blocking up front.
It's going to go down as a 45-yard run for Trenton Kidwell. Then you tack on the 15-yard horse collar tackle, and the Eldon Mustangs have it 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line of the Indians, and the Mustangs are not taking their foot off the gas pedal. They got a break on special teams, and good teams capitalize when they get a break, and that's exactly what the Mustangs do. Put it in the hands of their playmaker, Trenton Kidwell. He stutter steps a couple of defenders, and then he scampers 45 yards down the 35-yard line. You tack on the horse collar, and the Mustangs are in business.
We talked about quick scoring capability. The Mustang offense is on their way to a quick score here on this football drive.
And now Kempker back under center. The give, Kidwell makes the first guy miss, but that is it. He's taken down at the line of scrimmage, and they may give him one as Wormuth in on the stop for the Indians brings up 2nd down. And a big-time offsides here. C.J. Myers gets over Antsy, and tell you what, Austin Kempker really doing a nice job the hard count tonight. That's probably the 4th offsides we've seen the Indians commit on a hard count by Kempker, and he's doing a wonderful job not just controlling the tempo of this game, but controlling the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 5, 5:30 left in the game. Rid of the carry, trying to get outside, and Austin Magnuson says no siree. Wonderful job by Magnuson. He came out of nowhere. That brings up 3rd down and 4 now. And it looks like the Indians may burn their first time out. Inside give to Kidwell, and Davidson comes up, makes the stop. He limits him to a couple of yards. Brings up 4th down and short, and Osage burns their 2nd timeout. So 4th and 3, watch the hard count. It's gonna be Kemker, gonna try to get outside, and he will! Inside the 5 to the pylon, he's taken down at the 1, and boy, did he put a move on Dalton DePay. So 1st and goal. Be interesting to see if Trenton Kidwell gets his 5th touchdown of the year. It is to Kidwell, and he will. Trenton Kidwell puts this one out of reach potentially. Still a 16-point game, 5 minutes to go. Big-time extra point looming here if you're the Eldon Mustangs. Trenton Dillon now, as we said, big extra point coming. The hold, and it is up, and it is good. So Dillon converts, and the Mustangs lead by 3. 39-22, Eldon up over Osage with 5:09 left in the game. We'll be right back on Lake TV after this.
I'm Chris Schneider. You're watching a Lake TV Classic game from October 28, 2016, a second-round playoff showdown between 9-1 Osage and a more-than-ready bunch of Eldon Mustangs. Let's get back to the action.
Back now as Dillon now with a little pooch kick, and that bounces out of bounds. Last thing you wanted to do there if you're the Mustangs, because no time comes off the clock, and the Mustangs start at the 35, or sorry, Osage starts at the 35-yard line, Matt, and obviously down 3 scores, you got to air it out and you got to hurry.
Yeah, kind of the first mistake we've seen here on special teams tonight.
Osage down 17 with 5 minutes to go.
That's a great memory, Will. I wasn't thinking about that matchup. I didn't realize it was these two teams, and what a great game to kind of...
It is Dalton DePay who had it at the 40-yard line. In and out of his hands. He had some room to roam, too, and I'll tell you what, you got to make that play for your quarterback and for your team. That brings up 2nd down and 10 now.
Yeah, Wheeler missed him earlier in the football game on that exact same play. And DePay just unable to come up with the football right there. Would have been a huge play for the offense, but Wheeler put the ball right where it needed to be. DePay unable to come up with the reception.
Quick option now, Nick Riley outside, and he's hit. Rolls forward now across the 44 and taken down there at the 45-yard line, very near 1st down yardage, and in the Sullivan game show from Owensville. 640 hits the air. Looking deep now for Gaines. He's got him inside the 30. Hit down at about the 17-yard line where he stepped out of bounds, and it's Drake Gaines with a 37, 38, 39-yard completion. And that's a big-time hitter. Just a wonderful throw from quarterback Zach Wheeler.
Yeah, it was. I thought he might have overthrown Gaines by just a step, but Gaines did a great job keeping his eye on the ball.
Dangerous comeback route looking for Gaines. Again, trying to keep feet in the hot hand, and nice job. Dawson comes and breaks that up. Sorry, Pipes rather, with the breakup for the Mustangs. Austin Pipes had some big-time defensive plays in this ball game in the first half, and he continues to make plays here when it really, really matters. So 2nd and 10 now. Osage, as we've seen, can move the ball at will, and they can do it quickly. So Wheeler now across the middle. He's got to pay now, and he makes the reception inside the 10 at the 9, and Osage going to have to keep hurrying down 3 scores.
Yeah, we talked about the quick hitter, another offensive drive. Not even a minute and a half into this drive, they've already covered 65 yards. Wheeler looking to set here, looking to get in the end zone here at the 10-yard line. Big hit.
Yeah, Nick Riley takes a big hit on the outside. Not until he gets 1st down yardage. So Wheeler out of the shotgun. Bunch receivers, trip bottom of your screen. He rolls that way. Throws across his body and falls incomplete. DePay, the intended target. Cole Walker very nearly picks that one off. So 39-22. Direct snap to Nick Riley. He's inside the 5, and they've got to hurry. He's down to the 3-yard line, and kind of a risky play. You know, you hope you score on it, but if you don't, you're just eating up precious seconds off the clock. And when you need 3 scores, I think that's a risk you're not willing to take. Wheeler over the middle, and I would say that's got to be a penalty. Yeah, certainly DePay got hit, and I'll tell you what, The back judge started to grab his flag. He didn't, not knowing whether the flag was thrown. That's a call you have to make regardless if someone else calls it, because, I mean, clear, blatant pass interference call, and Osage has another opportunity here. So now Dylan Riley takes the direct snap, and he'll get into the, no, they say he's down inside the 1. That's going to bring up 4th and goal. So 4th and goal now, they're going to have Wheeler line up under center. Takes it, and he sneaks into the end zone for a touchdown. And so still alive are the Osage Indians. 28-39, 3.5 minutes to go. And obviously an extra point attempt coming up for Jason Edwards. And that extra point that Edwards missed earlier looms big, because if he had made that, they'd be able to attempt the 2-point conversion and cut it to an 8-point ball game, which is a 1-score game. Obviously a lot of shoulda, coulda, woulda, what's, ifs, ands, or buts. And Osage still down 2 scores after Edwards converts on the extra point. So 39-29, 3.5 minutes to go, folks. This one promises to be a thriller all the way to the finish. Thus far, he's only played 3 games this season, and he's been very, very good. So a short, quick one, and nice job. Morgan Anderson pulls that one out, but we have a flag. It looks like it's going to be offside, so they'll have to re-kick it. They can't decline it. They're going to have to re-kick it because the play was blown dead. So the Indians have to have an onside kick here. Jason Edwards does the trick. And he kicks it short where there's no one at. Takes a bounce inside the 30. And Osage has it at the 27-yard line.
Wow.
What a job by the Osage special teams unit. They saw a gap in the Eldon kick return unit. No one was within 15 yards, and a beautiful kick that not only hit where it needed to hit, it bounced away. It needed a bounce for Jason Edwards. And folks, I don't even know how to say it. It's another Eldon Osage game, and what else would you expect, partner?
Right, we talked about a turnover, maybe a big play going to make the difference in the game, and that might have been it just right there. Great play by the Indian special teams. Look at him, looking to the end zone, looking for
Gaines, and what a play by Brandt, knocks it away. Very nearly, Pipes, sorry, once again, and Pipes has been a shutdown corner for the majority of the evening. What a battle we've had between him and Gaines, going back and forth. Although Gaines has got the best of him on a couple of plays, Pipes has played a wonderful ball game tonight. So Wheeler now steps up in the pocket. He's looking for DePay, and he overshoots him as that one hits the turf at the 5. Now it's time for the offense to get it going. Wheeler takes the snap. Under pressure into the flat, he has Nick Riley, and he's out of bounds at the 25-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 7. And Osage, I know you want to score a touchdown here, but you have to get the first down. And if you're Coach Johnson, you'd almost consider sending Edwards out, kick the field goal. I mean, you need 2 scores. I know it seems risky. Of course, that's not even a thought for Coach Johnson. 4th and 7. Wheeler out of the shotgun, looks to the sideline. Wheeler now changes it up. Wheeler steps up, he gets hit on the arm, and that falls incomplete, and the Eldon Mustangs defense stands tall, and they give the ball back to their offense. Inside give and nothing doing. The Indians all over that is on that play. Here we go now, 2nd and 9. Inside give to big old Kidwell, and he makes his way up to the 29-yard line. And so now 3rd and 5 coming up, and obviously a huge 3rd down right here for Eldon. And so far tonight,
brings up a 3rd down and 6.
5 of 11 on 3rd downs, and none as big as this 3rd and 6. If I were Eldon, I'd keep the ball on the ground. I know you want to pick up the 1st down, but you got to keep that clock moving. And they'll do just that, as it's Moretta now, and he's very close to a 1st down yardage, and he has it. Quick hitter, and he gives it to the running back, and he's stopped in the backfield, and the Indians have life. 1:35 left on the clock. They do need 2 scores, but they are alive, and what a job by the Indians defense getting a stop when they needed it most. Wheeler steps up in the pocket, looking for Gaines. He's got it. Oh, he dropped the ball. Drake Gaines had a touchdown and just couldn't haul it in. I think he overthought it. It was just a little high. He reached up with both hands and couldn't finish the catch, but no harm, no foul, only 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Gaines is unable to bring that one in. I think he might have touched that ball about 3 or 4 different times, trying to bring it home to score another touchdown here tonight. Just unable to do so. 2nd and 10, 1:30 left to go here in the football game.
Yeah, but Drake Gaines will be eager to get back and make up for that play. He burnt the defender. A beautiful throw put on by Wheeler, and as you saw, just unable to haul it in. Pump fake now. Gaines had a step. Wheeler's got to run outside, and he's taken down from behind on 2nd down. The clock will continue to move as Wheeler unable to get 1st down yardage down to the 25-yard line.
The Indians break huddle with their season on the line.
Direct snap, Nick Riley's got 1st down yardage inside the 15, and he will go 29 yards or 25 yards out. He scores, and it keeps the Indians alive. It's 35-39, a 4-point ball game, and I'll tell you what a barn burner partner.
Yeah, I cannot believe these games every year. This rivalry game is living up to all the hype. And we've got ourselves a 35-39 ball game right here. Under a minute left to go in the 4th quarter.
And a big extra point here. If you can pull it to a 3-point ball game, you don't have to score a touchdown. You can kick a field goal and try to force overtime. Up and good, so folks, with a minute to go, as many times as we thought this one was sealed, we still have a ball game. 39-36, Eldon, a slim 3-point lead with 58 seconds to go. Here we go. Off of an Eldon player and recovered by Morgan Anderson and Nail Meat Coffin. The 6th seed Eldon Mustangs go down to Springfield Catholic, destroy the 3 seed Springfield Catholic team. Then come into arch rival, the 2 seed Osage Indians. They beat them 39-36, and this will go down as one of the better games in rivalry history.
What a playoff game here tonight. Both teams play really well and go into the last minute. You know, how many times do we think this game was over? Okay, the Indians are out of it. They haven't had their best game offensively. It just keeps going on and on. And on the special teams, what a great play. We didn't even just touch on that. They just had a huge opportunity to jump on that football. They didn't have enough guys. It bounced right off the Mustang defender trying to catch the football, and sure enough, they rally to the ball. Mustangs jump on it. The Indians had their chance, just unable to connect.
Indeed, Osage did have an opportunity now as knee taken, and this one is on the way to being in the books. Folks, we so appreciate you tuning in. We couldn't do this without our wonderful sponsors. Make sure you go support the businesses that support your local high school football on TV, and like to give a huge shout out to our entire crew. I'm your executive producer providing the play-by-play. I'm William Holtz, my assistant executive producer and program director Ashley Davis, our chief engineer and switcher Andrew Evans, our assistant chief engineer and field camera Ricky Smith, the head production assistant, and assistant to director Ross Reinhart, providing your color commentary Matt Wanzer, our on-field production assistant Jonah Debert, our production assistant handling stats Steve Hogg Wickham, our pre-production graphics Chase Elliott, and our field anchor, the lovely Deborah Wolf. For the entire Lake TV crew, thank you for watching the Eldon Mustangs. They win 39-36.
Wow, the old saying is really true. You can throw the records out when rivals get together. Osage side's great 2016 season come to an end that night. They would finish 9-2. The Mustangs, sky high, of course, after the upset win and avenging a 26-point loss to Osage earlier in the season, the Mustangs would lose to a 12-1 Owensville team the next weekend. I'm Chris Schneider. Thank you for joining us for the Lake TV Classic Game of the Week. Be sure to join us again next time